This video is intended for adults and children upwards the age of 14. Viewer discretion is advised.
Better than being squished. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Nerd Crate. In today's little, let's hope so, from the last one I'm just looking at in Godkin, right? Review, we are looking at a little loan from my buddy Dan over at Sentinel Bay Reviews. You guys know I'm a big Storm Collectibles fan. He is now, thanks to me, a Storm Collectibles fan. And he hopes to get more of those guys. Tekken7's Heihachi Mishima. Yeah. A few weird problems with that. But we'll get to that in a little bit, right? So he loaned that to me because I wanted to check it out. Like, Tekken is a fighting game series that's near and dear to my heart. There are certain characters I want to have too. The Mishimas are not too much those guys I need. Like, I would love a Tekken 3 Yoshimitsu or a King, Armor King, a Jack. That would be my kind of guys. Maybe even a Bake and a Hoarang. I love those guys. And when or if Storm would actually continue with those guys, I think I would have a hard time staying away from those. But as always, of course, at first, let's start with packaging. The usual Storm Collectibles style. We have a nice picture of Heihachi on the front with partially varnished Tekken7, Heihachi and Storm Collectibles on the front. The box is a little bit roughed up. I don't know if it was during shipping. We didn't talk about this, but overall it's the usual nice library style theme where you can have them all back to back and you have a little picture when you rotate it to the left. Either it's more like a feudal kind of styled Heihachi on a horse, partially varnished, same as the logo. Further rotated to the left, we got his main picture with his grinning sculpt, a little bit of a biography, all in Japanese almost, and a few action pictures showing some poses and the effect pieces, warning and cautionary messages and whatnot. And further rotated to the left, the more simple promo render of Heihachi from Tekken7, again partially varnished. On the top we got Tekken7 partially varnished with the rest of the window box, and below a little bit more warning messages, blue fin distributed and all that stuff. And on the inside, which I'm going to show you right now, we got a little inlay again, which is nice, gives you a little bit of a stage. I believe when I look at it, this is probably the Mishima Zaibatsu from the outside. So I don't use those, honestly, but it's just nice to actually have it. It's better than to have this, you know? So that's cool. I dig that, and Storm Collectibles does it on all of their beat 'em up licensed figures. So that's cool. So close that up. Let's head top down and check how good this guy, no, I'm not saying it this way. Let's just check how good this guy is. And here we got the full contents. So let's always start with the accessories. You know, I got guys, I would love to start with the instructions first, but the thing is, either Dan forgot to send it with him or Heihachi doesn't come with him. It's not bad anyway, either way, because it's the usual Storm Collectibles style of exchanging stuff. So let's just go to the hands at first. Comes with 6 additional of these. We have the karate chopping hands, which got veins on them, and the fingernails and the wrinkles on them posed nicely. All in all, we got a little bit slightly relaxed karate, Mishima style karate posing hands with the same style, and a bit more of a, I don't know, like key charging hands. I would say it this way, like a little bit of a Jackie Chan style going on. All, like I said, sculpted nicely, all the same. And like I said, you exchange them the same way you do it usually. You pull one hand off, you have this peg end, and then you take any hand you like and you just tight tolerance on those. The hole is pretty small, but when you work that around, it's actually in there. So there's that. Works just fine. Next up, he comes with 2 additional head sculpts, which are sculpted also nicely. Besides, I don't particularly like this one. This kind of has like a crooked eye. His right eye is a little bit crooked. And then this, I don't know, this grin is kind of like a pervy old dude, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna give me some of that. This is weird. The other is way better. They are both very anime styled, not as realistic as in Tekken, so I get what Dan is actually saying, but it is way better. We have nicely sculpted teeth on there, which are painted. The mustache is nicely done. We have the eyes nicely sculpted in there, and also partially varnished, which brings a shimmer out. So we get a lot of skin texture on the forehead and on the head itself. A lot of stuff on the hair here, on the temples, on the ears. So great sculpting job, front and back, by Storm Collectibles. Although we have a little bit of a scratch here. I don't know what that's about. Oh, that's interesting. There was some residue on the head. It's better now, but now some of the paint has come off. That's new. And you remove those heads, which is hard. Make sure you, I don't know, maybe lubricate it. It's not mine, I'm not doing that, but just so you know, the tolerances on those guys are hard. You pull these out, but try not to pull out this guy. This is what happens to me, and I'm not getting this guy out of here. So if it would be mine, I would actually put some WD-40 in there and then have the actual pack stay in there, because now you have to check that you find that sweet spot and put it, see, now I'm beside it. So that's a problem. I told that Dan already. I have kind of the feeling that, there it is, that this guy was kind of, no, I didn't hit it. What the hell? That this guy was kind of put together by their kind of B department. There are a few more problems with this than I usually know. There it is, from Storm Collectibles, which is absolutely weird. So you can pull him out a bit again. I believe that's it. Yeah, now I got it. Was too far in. But there are several problems. It's weird, but yeah. Now it works again. Second to last, he comes with the pretty much standard Mishima style lightning, which is translucent blue. Yeah, semi-flexible plastic. I could see that breaking, so be mindful of that. And you pull it over in the way that you see that this is a little bit more bulged out, right? So I suppose this actually goes, tight tolerances, we'll get to that. I suppose this actually goes on this hand, and you really see that you jam his thumb in there, and then he holds that just fine. Kind of works on the other hand too, but yeah, it's a little bit more bulged out on this side than due to the thumb, but yeah, it works. Finally, we have this little bit of a swoosh effect, which is nice enough, I guess. We have semi-translucent white plastic, or it is translucent plastic, but it's topped over with a dry brush semi-white or pearlescent white over here. I try if I can get it in camera. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I think that kind of works. Pearlescent, semi-translucent pearlescent white over there. Interesting effect choice. And if you have him posed in kind of this punching way, you can have it like this, but doesn't peg in. So I don't know, maybe they could have done a little peg at the end here and have an additional fist with a little almost non-distinguishable hole in the fist, and you would have pegged this in like this. This would have been way better. I mean, there would still be a margin for breakage, but it would work. So it's better than wonky McWonkers in here. So with all of this out of the way, we check out the figure, which looks amazing. It's the usual Storm Collectibles style. Little 360 for you guys there. Yes, we're back to the 360. Once we're in this spot, we do a 360. See all the dry brush coming through nicely. You see the posability. We have nice double jointed elbows, knees, a lot to talk about. We're gonna get to that in a second. And a lot of dry brush on the clothes, which is soft rubber. A little bit more on that too in a second. And it's a beautiful piece. It's done very, very nice. It's I just give it to Storm Collectibles. Those guys know what they're doing. So we have paint apps out the wazoo. Looks amazing. We have a lot of skin texturing, like pigment wise, on the head, with wrinkles in the forehead, a little bit of veins going on, nicely colored eyes. I'm gonna check something. Yeah, you see that there. Okay, good. I need to check because this area right here, just so you know, is actually blind to me, because this is where my little holding device is actually holding the phone. So this is blind to me, so I need to check. Okay, you see that here, but then I need to put it back in zoom. See? So there you go. Nice dry brushing on the hair. This is actually hard rubber, so be mindful of that. I think it's a darker gray topped over with a light gray, which looks nice, and also seemingly like white, just for some accents. Same on the eyebrows and the mustache. Nice sculpting, a little bit more anime wise, but it sure works. We have the body, which is actually topped over with this gi, which is, I believe, I don't know, hard to tell. It could be this, the black or the dark gray is the base, and the white and gray is actually the dry brushing. Either way, looks nice, looks ripped, really cool, with the tiger on the back as a, I don't know, is this a tempo? No, it's actually a sticker. You see the borders here. Interesting, quite interesting. We have the belt here, which is soft and which also comes off. We're gonna check that in a minute. The gauntlets, soft white rubber with some, looks like, it's a beige. It's a beige base rubber with white dry brushing. Looks nice. And the same they did on the gi here, they continue on the hard thighs, which are also pulled through down here, which works really well here. Also interesting, they didn't have to, but they pulled through with the white bandages inside the leg, which are also, yeah, they're even that. There is even painted. They put a white base down there and then dropped it over or topped it over with some beige, which is very, very cool. Also the dry brush here, and on the legs, again, like totally used and ripped from the years fighting at the volcano or somewhere. So that's actually amazing. Before we come to articulation, I want to check a little something. I did that to my Akuma a while back. You can actually have him loose this gi. This is super cool due to the soft rubber. This is the next generation of soft goods. And then we can actually check his upper body with an additional paint app, which is this scar in the middle here, which goes down to the inside where we see a little bit of the inner workings. Super cool. And this way, which you will see in the comparisons too, you can have him also folded it upside down, like when he tries to get rid of that stuff. And you have this little pack you can remove and do pretty much whatever you like. You can even have it, I don't know, do like a little bit of a wardrobe diorama of the Mishima stuff. So it's pretty cool. It works quite well, I gotta say. It works quite well. You just start at one end, put the belt in, wrap this guy around here, Make sure you pass the gi. There you go. Lay it into the fold. Push it down. Take that end spot. And you're back in business. Very, very cool. So, coming to articulation, we have the head, which is, you saw it already, on a double ball. We have a ball into the head, which is a long peg and then goes into the neck. With this, you get a lot of up, a lot of down. It bounces back a little due to the fact that this is all soft rubber. You saw it when I showed you the whole gi stuff, but it works nice. You have left, right, like I said, front, back, and all around. I'm not showing you 360. Who does 360 on figures? I don't get it. So, butterfly, again, that's pretty nice, working fine. It's a little bit tight on the tolerance on the 360 for the shoulder. I'm not stressing it too far. I had that on my Kann. I put some WD-40 in there. The arm has a bicep swivel, it goes full 360, very nice. Due to the dimensions of the bicep, we have the double elbow doesn't actually work that good. You have a little bit over 90 degrees, but if they wouldn't have done a double, you wouldn't have had that, so that's okay. And the hand, of course, due to the kind of way the hand is attached to it, has a lot of swivel and motion and movement and pivot and all the stuff you pretty much want, which is amazing. Same on the other side. We have a ab crunch, very deep, to the front, and if you work it through the gi, also to the back. Very, very nice. The legs, this is where some problematics come into play. This is also what I want to show you. Like this is a little bit looser than I'm usually familiar with Storm Collectibles, and it continues on the leg. Like this is overly loose than what I know. Like it's that easy. Like see here, it stops here, but here it's super easy to move. Maybe it's my kind of standard, but it is looser than on former Storm Collectibles releases. It still holds its post, don't you worry, but I found this to be weird. Nevertheless, we have a full front split and almost a full side split. That's okay, pretty much all that you need. And thigh swivel built around the universal. Double jointed knee gives you almost a full run, not completely, but almost due to the volume of the thighs and the calves again. Nice also that it's sculpted through to the parts, which are then hidden nicely. We have a pivot and a tilt and a swivel on the foot that gives you everything you need. So a pivot up and down, a rocker to the side, and a swivel also if your heart desires. And an ankle tilt. This is amazing. Toe tilt. We were at the ankle. This is a toe tilt. Same on the other side. So this is amazing. Again, Storm Collectibles stuff. But what say you guys? We take it to the back and do a few comparisons. But first, of course, some posing examples. So let's try and do his usual Tekken7 pose, which goes something like this. Super easy. That's the magic, that's Storm Collectibles. Really, really cool. And also possible. This little uppercut. Not the best, of course, but you see it's absolutely possible. But what's of course important, even though we don't do them mostly on Storm Collectibles, is how about a running pose? Play the tolerances a bit. Come on, man. Storm Collectibles is not too privy of running poses, so it seems. There you go. but it can work. So with this, of course, also what's absolutely needed, what comes after running in Tekken, the sidekick, like the running sidekick. So that's also possible. But of course, what about the famed Mishima front kick? Roughly like his hook kick, you know? Roughly. So there's a lot possible with this, guys, but you need to, pretty much as always and with everything, work the tolerances. But since I'm already here, let's... That was, of course, an example of things shouldn't work. So I straighten this guy out. We don't give a damn about the snap for now. So we got this guy straightened out, and here we got him with Hyper Street Fighter 2's Segat, which got kind of a lifted foot, which is weird. There we go. So a good bit taller, but I think that scale would work. I think that scale would actually work. But also, and here's what I meant with the inside out crumpled gi, that works quite cool. Shin Akuma from Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. So there's that scale. And of course, for the Transformers viewer of my channel, mainstay in my comparisons for now, kind of, and only a slight bit taller than Segat. That is interesting. Like, my viewpoint, just so you know, is this. Huh. Only a slight bit taller than Segat. But yeah, that's comparisons, just so you know where the good Heihachi lies. So there you go, guys. Tekken7's Heihachi Mishima by Storm Collectibles. Is he good? Yeah, but there are a few problems. Like, the packaging, as always, has the Storm Collectibles approach. Nice library style wherever you store your boxes, which is fine. The appearance overall is cool. Like I said, the only problem I have with the sculpt. And the fun part is, where I had no problem with Kazuya, and where Dan was like, I don't know, man, he's kind of a little bit too anime style for me, and where he was first going with the Play Arts Kai, I understand him with this guy. I absolutely do. Like that weird grinning sculpt, like, oh, I'm gonna get me that. That is weird. That is really weird. Doesn't look like an actual Heihachi grin, so there's that. The accessories overall are nice. They are nice. The thing is, this weird whoosh tornado style thingy is, I don't know. I would have thought that maybe get more of those. Like, what is exemplary or exemplary? I still don't know it. Please put it in the comments if you know it better. What is known on Mishima style karate characters? It's the blue lightning. So why not give us this and also give us, like, on, I don't know, more wraparound lightning for his actually headlock with Kazuya, you know? Or just more of a longer lightning that Kazuya actually got. Review coming soon. So that would have been better. Materials are nice. Like I said, the tolerances are a little bit weird. I never saw anything break on Storm Collectibles, at least on mine. I saw guys where it happened, but like with those, I don't know how good that's actually on the material. But only so far I can tell you. Paint applications are beautiful. There are a few bits and pieces where it could have been better. That's where my 3-star would have been happening. But I think it's nice. I think it's nice. The tiger emblem on the back, like I said, that could have been a bit cleaner. But overall, oh, hey, yeah, and that weird residue on the back of the head that came off. There was that. Articulation, as always, beautiful, a little bit limited, but just beautiful. That's why I still give it a 10. A 10 is still all that you need. But if they would do, I don't know, maybe if they would actually know a way to come up with, I don't know, merging, kind of blending the harder plastic here with the softer one on the edges, so you can actually stretch the elbow and the knees to a full range. I think that would have give him the edge. I think that would be cool. The engineering, like I said, is always also cool, but the stronger tolerances on the arms are a little bit scary, and the looser on the thighs, also with that residue on here and with everything else, it kind of feels like B team. Maybe that's just me. Playability overall is cool, as always, but the problem that you can't quite exchange the head without pulling out the full pack, and then you need to yank that out and put some loop around it to put it back in, and then hopefully have it stuck back in. So, but the value and everything, of course, Storm Collectibles are costly, and the longer the wait you get them, the more costly they become. But they are worth their money. They're worth their money, and if you want to have good collections, I would say you take that and you make an example out of it, and you buy them and you show Storm Collectibles the love and what they do. It's actually good. So they shown at Jin Kazama, they put out I think it was a Kann exclusive of Final Battle Kazuya, even with his laser. So that would be great if more is coming. Like I said, I mean, Dan wants Brian Fury, I want King, Armor King, so Storm Collectibles get to it, you know? So that would be awesome. But there was this, that's my score for him. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Little heads up, next week on Tuesday, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a toy run in Bremen, not my town actually, which is Bremerhaven, but 60 kilometers down south to Bremen. There are a few stores I checked out to show you what's the situation over here at GameStop and other stores. And Tuesday evening, of course, as always in the Collector's Bay, is Voice of Chaos coming, German only, but if you understand it, you're welcome, get over there, happy to have you. And on Thursday, I'm gonna have a new edition of my little crate hangouts. I'm gonna sit down with Kato of Kato's collection. Looking forward to that. He's hot for it, I'm hot for it, so we're looking forward to that. It's gonna be cool, I think. The last one I was on his channel, that was dope, and he's a good guy. He's a good guy. You're gonna get a little bit of a notification on that. Speaking of notifications, if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, please give me a like, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. And head over to my Instagram for daily toy news. Currently, Masterpiece 51 is RC. How crazy is that? And Masterpiece 50, please excuse you guys, is Tigertron. I said Tiger Hawk and people ripped my head off. I'm not too big into Beast Wars, excuse me. So there's that. And also, if you want to support us, head over to the Collector's Bay, the Patreon. Link is in my profile and also down below if you wish to support us. And until then, until next time, I can only tell you thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.